Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Vijay of ACAT Private Limited. We are actually based in Singapore. This will be the first time we are participating in this round of ARCHLine.XP Virtual Expo. This event will be beneficial for those who are currently evaluating the product, and through the presentation, you will get a better idea on how ARCHLine.XP can help you on your current workflow. In today's demonstration, I'll be talking about how to go about kitchen and cabinet design using ARCHLine.XP. This will be how the final kitchen layout will look like. I would also like to give credit to Design Cafe for this design idea that I'm going to use today. Without further ado, let's dive into it. What you are seeing now on the screen is the interface of ARCHLine.XP. I have already created some objects like walls, floors, ceilings, and from here, we will then proceed with designing a kitchen by creating cabinets. You are now seeing my initial design in 2D, which is on the left window, and 3D on the right window. We can design in 2D and visualize in 3D with objects added automatically updated. We are going to start off the kitchen design by going to the cabinet command. In the cabinet window, we are going to design what type of cabinets that we want by putting in the requirements that we need. So now I need to decide on what's the size of the cabinet that I want. So for the width of the cabinet, I want it to be about 700. And take note that all the sizes that I actually put in over here are all in millimeters. Okay. So for the leg size, it'll be 100. And over here, the cabinet that we are going to design is a tall cabinet. So I'm going to change the unit type to tall unit. Next, I'm going to configure the properties of the door for my cabinet. And over here, we have a different door type that we can choose from. And I'm going to choose the wood panel over here. I'm not going to use the default materials for this door type, so I'm going to edit it. And over here, we can select different materials from the library by clicking on this button. And the materials that I want will be oak. So I'm going to type in oak over here. And this is the materials that I want. So I'm going to choose that. And before that, before exiting from the window, I'm going to save this as a default door type so that I can always come back and choose from here. So I'm going to click on the Save As button, change the name of the object to Oak Panel. After that, I'll accept the changes, and then we are ready to go to the next one. For the other sides of the cabinets, I will want to use back the door type materials that I've created just now. So over here, I'm going to click on this button to select from the library, and the keyword will be oak. And over here, you can see the oak panel that I've created just now. I'm going to select that. And you can see now from the preview, I've already utilized that materials on that door type for my cabinet. Okay, next I'm going to go and decide how many dividers that I need for my interior of my cabinets. So I need at least 3 compartments. So I'm going to go to multiple horizontal. Over here, number of dividers, I will type in 2. And then I want the compartment to be equally spaced. So I'm not going to change the distance. I'm just going to click on the Create button to create the dividers. Okay, once I did that, I need to define my door properties. So the door, I want the door to be opened either from the left to the right or from the right to the left. So I'm going to select this option, click on the create button. And over here, we can see there's a handle somewhere at the right side of the door. So I want this position to change it to somewhere in the middle. So I will use the custom position over here, set it to the center and stretch it. Okay, once I'm done, I'm ready to place the cabinet somewhere at the corner over here. Okay, now I need to have two of this cabinet. So I will need to click on this command called move a copy from, selecting the base point, and then just move a copy to the other side of the cabinet. The next part of the presentation, I will need to create some wall cabinet. So I need to click on the cabinet command, and likewise for the previous cabinet, we need to define what's the size of it. So the width of this will be 525, height will be 1003, this will be 500. Since it's a wall unit, so there will be no leg space. And I'm going to change the unit type to the wall unit. Okay, next I'm going to define a door properties for this cabinet. So I'll choose the wood panel and swap out the materials to bright white. And then I'm going to save this as a template so that I can use it later on. I'm going to change the name to wood panel white. Okay, done. So now I'm going to go to the next tab over here and select the panel that I've created just now from the library. So I'm just type in wood. Okay, this is the one that I've created just now. Okay, so you can see now the preview of the cabinet all are using the bright white wood panel. Okay, next I'm going to divide my cabinet into two compartments. So I'm going to choose single horizontal and click on the create button. Okay, last step will be, in fact, the second last step is to create the door. So the door will open from the left or the right. I'm going to create it. I don't need the handle on the door, so I'm going to hide the handle. And then next, the last step will be defining what is the elevation. So the elevation from for the wall unit will be about 1700. To that, click OK. Okay, I'm going to place it somewhere over here. Okay, I need some more wall unit over here, so I'm going to click on this command called array. Select the things that I want to array, and then how many replication I want. So I'll just type in 6. I want 6 more wall units. Okay, select the base point, and then I'll snap it to the wall on the right side over here. Okay, and now you can see the wall cabinet on the 3D. Next, I will need to create some base cabinet just below the wall cabinet that I've created previously. So I'm going to click on the cabinet command again and define the size of the cabinet. So the width will be about 750, the height will be 900, and then the depth will be 600. Sorry, over here should be 550, and then the leg space will be 100. And for the door property, I'll just use back the previous one that I've created, which is wood panel white. Same for the sides of the cabinet. I'll be using back the same material. And next, I'll need to define the door. So the door will open from left to right. And then I'll create it and remove away the handle. Okay, and then I'm going to create one here. I need a few more of this, so I'm going to click on the array command, and I'm going to array this. I need 4 more of it, so I'm going to click on the base point over here and drag it all the way to the wall at the right side. And now I have 5 base cabinet just below the wall unit. Okay, so now I will focus on designing the next portion of my kitchen. So I'm going to change my view of my 3D to this area of my kitchen. And over here in this tiny little corner, I need to create 3 types of cabinets. The base cabinet, the wall cabinet, and the cabinet in the middle. Okay, so I will start with the base cabinet at the bottom. So first thing, I'll need to go to the cabinet command and define the size that I want for the cabinet. So the width, I will put in 1905. The height will be, let me check, it'll be about 500. The depth will be 1230, and then the leg space will be 100. For the door properties, I will use back the one that I've created earlier on, which is wood panel white. Same thing for the other sides of the panels. I will use back the same one. And then I'll round it off by defining how my door is going to open. So for this base cabinet, I'll fix the door, so it should not be able to open, and then I'll create it. And then I'll place the cabinet somewhere here. Okay, so now you see the base cabinet over here. Now I will need to complete the top cabinet. So I'm going to go back to the cabinet command. And the size of the cabinet at the top, the width will be the same, which is 1905. The height will be 600, and then the depth will be 1230. There will not be any leg space, and change the unit type to wall unit. And for the door properties, I'll use wood panel white. Same for the side panels, wood panel white. And then I'll fix the door, and then I'll create it. And then since this is a wall cabinet, the top cabinet, so I will change the elevation to 2400. And then I'll place it here. Done. For the middle cabinet, need to define the size for this. So the width will be the same. The height will be 1900. Depth is also the same. There isn't any leg space. And then for the door, we don't have any door for the middle cabinet, so I'll go to the next one. And then for the materials for the side panels, I'm going to use another type, which is walnut light panel. And right now you can see I do not want the side panels, I just want the bottom panel. So I'm going to take away them over here. So on the front, the core, I'm going to hide them. Back panel, hide it as well. So I'm going to hide all the panels that I don't want in the middle cabinet. And now I'm going to go and insert some divider. So first I need to divide it vertically. And then on the right compartment, I need to do divide into 4 different sections. So I'm going to go to multiple horizontal and type in 3 number of items. Okay, it's already 3, so I'm just going to create it and set the elevation. The elevation value will be, let me check, it's about 500. Okay, after that I'm going to click OK. Okay, I'll place it here. Okay, so now I'm done with this section of the kitchen. I have the top cabinet, the bottom, and the middle cabinet. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on creating the last cabinet of this presentation. So I'm going to change my view back to this view over here, and the cabinet that I want to create is island cabinet that is somewhere in the middle of the kitchen. So for the size of the cabinet that I want, the width will be about 2250. The rest will be the same except for the leg space will be 100. And then for the door properties, I'll use the wood panel white. The properties for the side panels, this time round I'll be using, let me see which one I will be using. Okay, this material will be okay. Okay, upon doing that, I need to put in some dividers. So first I'll divide it horizontally, and this divider I want it to be about 200 mm from the top. And then at the bottom compartment, I'm going to divide it into multiple segments. Over here, I need to have 3 compartments. And then I'm going to create it. Okay, after that, define the doors. So for the door, I will make it to be open left or right. And how many doors I need to have multiple doors. So I'll click on multiple sides. And number of doors is 3. After that, click OK. And then I'll have the doors. I don't want the handle, so I'm going to hide it. Click OK, and then I'm going to put it somewhere here first. I will need this island cabinet to be located in a specific corner of this kitchen. So I'm going to select the cabinet. I'm going to click on move from this point, and then click on this reference button to take the reference from this point of the wall, and then about 200 mm away from here. Sorry, 2000. Okay, and now I have the island cabinet at the area that I want it to be. Okay, after you are done with creating the cabinets, the next thing that we need to create will be countertop. It will be somewhere over here. Okay, so I'm going to go for the countertop command and click on countertop by cabinets. I'll select the cabinet on the right and on the left. Okay, once I did that, we'll be given this countertop window. Over here, I need to define what is the size of the countertop that I want. And for this countertop, the size of this will be 550. And then I'll go to the next one, which is I need to insert a sink. So over here, we can see there are a lot of different sink types that we can choose from. So I'll just choose the first one. And we need to define where the sink will be located on my countertop. So we can insert the value over here under the offset boxes. So for the left, right offset, the value will be 2600. And then the offset for this will be -20. Okay, after that, I'll create it. And then you'll see the sink over here. We need a tab for that. So I'm going to click on the tab button. Select the tab that I want. I'll just choose the first one, and then define the offset for the tab. It'll be 2590, and then for the front and back offset will be -20. Okay. Now for the next one, we need to define a hop unit for the on top of the countertop. So I'm just choose the first one, and then for the offset value over here is 800, and then offset front and back will be 50. And then I'm going to do some rotating of the hop unit, rotate it about 180. I don't want any edges at the front and the back of the countertop, so I'll go to this tab and remove the back edges and the front edges. Okay, I think that's about it. So I'm going to click on the OK button, and I'll get the countertop over here. Okay, we need another countertop for the island cabinet. So I'm going to use another method for this island cabinet. So I'm going to click on Countertop by Profile. Click on the reference button and get the reference from here to the left about 40 mm and all the way to the right about 2330. Okay, so after that we need to define what's the size of this. The size over here is about 650. And then we want to have side panels for the countertop. So over here, the side panels, I want it to be about 800 and the left and the right panel. And I'll remove away the edges, the back edge and the front edge, and change the elevation for the countertop to 900. Okay, next I need to define the materials for the countertop. So for the countertop materials, I need to change it to bright white. Okay, let me search for it. Bright white. Okay. Okay, so now you can see I have a countertop for the island cabinet. Alright, so now I'm going to round off my cabinet design by creating the plinth. Okay, so I'm going to click on Plinth by Profile, and then I'm going to create the plinth by following the edges of my cabinet like this, all the way to this corner until the wall over here. So you can see the plinth, right, is actually a bit out of the wall surfaces. So I'm going to edit it so that it's slightly inside the wall. So I need to change the height of the plinth to 100 and change the reference point for my plinth to the bottom right corner. Last but not least, change the materials to dark gray. And then now you can see the plinth over here that's created. So it's somewhere a bit inside of the wall, so it's not protruding out of the cabinet. Okay, next, the last one, we need to create a plinth for the island cabinet. So I'm going to go to Plinth by Profile. Just follow the edges of my island cabinet. And then edit it. The height will change to 100 and the reference point to the bottom right corner and the materials to dark gray. Okay, so now we are done with the cabinet design. So it will look something like this. Okay, I've already finished up the kitchen design by putting in some additional models, so I will let you have a look at that. Okay, so now this will be how my final kitchen design layout will look like. I've imported some models to populate the kitchen. And this will brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope you'll find my presentation interesting and learned a few more things with regards to ARCHLine.XP. So thank you everyone and hope to see you guys again.